we're in the game here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and get the right overlay up. Ba-boom. And why don't you go ahead and introduce these two teams, Mr. Haas, while I get the team names up on the overlay.
So, on the blue side, coming in from the left-hand side, they're going to go for the one man in the golem lane and then 4 down bot. We have actions per minute. Meet downtown. Mia downtown on the Muradin, Vu on the Tacita, Sage on Tychus, Mr. Savage, we saw him play Hammer in that last game, now on the Kerrigan Melee, and Hal Nguyen on Rhaegar.
There we go. So the gates are down. The game is underway. These teams are going to their according watchtowers. And as we mentioned, that Tacitor's going to be going top using the Oracle. And both teams just like doing what we see normally in pub games. And it looks like we're going to see a 4v4 coming out here down in this bottom lane. So we're definitely going to see some action using that Kerrigan and applying her strengths here.
Yeah, they're just using Kerrigan as a bait right now to see how this one is going to go.
Yep.
Now they're joining Rhaegar here, showing this one off, expecting the 4 lane to be in top, but that's not going to go. The one-man stun there onto Zeratul. He's going to blink away. ETC knocking them back here. And nothing really happened there. In fact, the left-hand team, that is APM, took quite a bit more damage.
So, yeah, no, I mean, the Kerrigan stun, unfortunately, there wasn't much follow-up here. I apologize, Haas. I'm still getting the titles set in here. I thought I had them all fixed up. Hashtag production, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, my name is Solid Jake. I'm just kidding. I'm Shane Gucher. There we go. Now the team names are in there, so you guys can actually see it. Okay, we're good. I'm back in the game. I'm casting. That's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I don't remember. Okay, so we're seeing this 4v4 down in bottom lane, and maybe that's why we saw the Kerrigan pick. Maybe they did this intentionally, kind of like an offensive, like what we would compare to maybe an offensive tri-lane in Dota or League of Legends type of thing, where you negate the enemy team's advantage because you feel like you have the stronger lane presence, and maybe that's why they picked that Kerrigan to get themselves do exactly that. And it looks like that's what they're doing, but nothing so far.
Yeah, and they knew the Tacita would be faced with a 1v1 matchup because you wouldn't want Tacita in that 1 versus 4 because he has so much wave clear. So this is why they maybe went for this early game aggression in the Kerrigan and Muradin. Seems Sage has a little bit of lag right now, but he's going to have to play through that one. The mines do open up at the 2-minute mark, and it's going to be Vivid Gaming who are the first ones to go down here. Are they going to go for the skulls, or are they going to wait and trap? It looks like they're hungry for skulls.
They want those skulls. They got down there real quick. However, RGE actions per minute are right on the cusp of level 4, so they have the important level 4 talent, and there they go. They hit level 4. They're going to initiate down here in bottom lane. All-Stars getting stunned out. But it looks like he's going to be able to get away. Sage, though, completely out of position. He's going to be going down. Or no, he actually was able to get out. Good lord. He is so very low. He does go down anyways. Hospital getting very low. He needs a doctor real quick. Kerrigan is going to get blown up by the time she's able to do anything. Now, Meadowtown's out of position. Hospital is going, you know what? I'm about to end it, but I don't care. I'm going to pick off this Muradin. And this is looking great for Vivid right now. Holy cow. The actions per minute had the level 4 advantage, but they were able to, they being Vivid, were able to turn around anyways, and now they have complete domination over this map here, Haas.
They certainly do, and that now meant that Kerrigan didn't have the Envenom for that fight, which meant they were lacking a lot of damage, and it really did show. As Vivid Gaming were able to come out on top there, we're seeing the Gathering Power now come in. Stitch is going for the Slam build because he has the ETC there to support him. So ETC can go full tank, Stitch is allowed to go for that more damage style build. And once Vivid have these 70 skulls, they're just going to back on out and gain complete control of the top side. The upper world, get these mercs, get the vision. And they have the dominating start here. They do. So this looks like a contrasting view of what we saw last time when we casted actions per minute. And Vivid is going to be doing the patented, we went ahead, got 30 skulls, you guys can get the golem. As you guys get the golem, we're going to get your siege ogres. And what this does, ladies and gentlemen, it does more than just one thing. Obviously, it secures them the siege ogres, which go up here top lane and maybe do a little bit of damage to these tier 2 towers. Nothing significant. But the big reason why you see teams do this all the time is because then it denies the utility that you can pick up the siege ogres to help defend against the golem. So not only are they down by they're down 70 skulls on their golem, now they don't have that fallback option of the siege ogres to help them defend, and they're losing map control. So right now this is looking so good for Vivid. It's not normal that you see a Kerrigan losing in the early game, but that's exactly what's happening right now, Haas.
Yeah, it is, and although Kerrigan's early game got nerfed a little bit,
her power late game doesn't really compensate for that. So
Right.
right now, she's just become a spare body, I feel. She needs to start hitting these combos, getting that damage down,
Oh, yeah.
using the Envenom. Otherwise, it's just going to be essentially just a fifth man, not really doing much, just providing XP for the enemy team. So really needs to start getting that ramp up really quick, and they need to hit 7 at least a little bit. Or at least the time between the two teams has to be very small for APM. It looks like they're going to be pushing this Golem lane, even with the 29 Golem, and the fact that they don't have a siege camp defending the enemy Golem. This is a risky call.
Maybe they're just trying to posture for something here. I mean, they could lose a lot, especially when I mean, they do have the Tassadar defense aspect here, and it looks like that's what they're doing. Vu is in bottom lane defending, so maybe that's what they're thinking is, you know what, let's just do a 4v5, not get hooked like that. Meadowtown does get hooked. He's going to get healed up. Dwarf tosses up, though, so he is going to be able to get away if he wants to. Healing Totem, keeping himself alive. He's still so very low. There is a 2-man stun, but Kerrigan goes down. So Kerrigan did get a 2-man stun off, but it was a little bit too late. And this is looking great for Vivid right now, Haas.
It really is. The engage in that fight, though, wasn't immaculate for Vivid. They had a little bit of split focus. The Uther there went in and stunned up the Kerrigan while the Stitches hooked the Muradin. A little bit split. They do come out with a kill, however. And their Golem hasn't done as much damage just yet. It's been able to get the wall, the gate, and the 2 towers. Because it's been up against a mule, but Vu now forced to use that dimensional shift, getting chased down by Valor. The healing ward isn't enough. Kerrigan not going for the grasp, just using the stun there. And now Hai Nguyen forced away from this one, has to wait for the cavalry to try and fight this. This 4 is going to fall. There it is. And the whole level lead.
Yeah, Vivid is right on the cusp of hitting level 10. Looks like we're not going to see one of those moments where the Golem is still pretty healthy, knocking on the door of his lane at the tier 2 towers, and they just hit level 10. The enemy team's only level like 6 or something like that, and all of a sudden the game's over. But that's not going to be happening. But YOLO, or I'm sorry, not YOLO. That was the last match, Shane.
That was the last match.
Vivid are looking really good right now. Sage's the Kerrigan pick just really hasn't been paying off that well at all. I mean, every time Mr. Savage has gone in for initiation, either the Imperium Blaze was off the mark, or they just simply just killed the Kerrigan. So they really need to do something, but right now they're absolutely on the back foot. They got to be careful here, because if they get hooked with the heroics being up and whatnot, they could just get absolutely blown up, and then this top fort is dead to rights. They fall back, go into the mines. And looking at the heroics here, we do see the Putrid Bile coming out from Stitches here.
And in fact, there's stage dive coming out from ETC as well, so he's going to become a split pushing presence here, which is really strong on mines, because you only have those 2 lanes. You can 4-man push one, stick ETC in the other, and everything's good. I'm a little bit surprised about the Putrid Bile here, though. Being able to hook and then gorge someone with Uther coming out the other side, just going to be able to stun. Like, if he'd have gorged that Tychus there, that would have been a dead Tychus. He's going to be able to get away. As Meadowtown being forced to use that Dwarf Toss, the healing ward coming out of Tassadar. So they do have the double healing ward.
Yes,
it's going to be enough to keep Meadowtown alive, rejuvenate him, but he's going to get hooked. Divine Storm, that's a very nice Void Prism in the backline, though. Zoning out Kerrigan and Tychus, setting up for the stage dive, the Rain of Vengeance. Kerrigan using the Maelstrom to try and survive. Archon popped in the back as well, but this Putrid Bile going to be slowing down Tychus. Rhaegar now coming in from the back. He's going to have to use his healing totem to try and keep the damage of Stitches at bay. The Archon, though, still doing something in the back. It's no longer an Archon. ETC does fall, however. And this fight took a little bit of a turn for the worse there.
Yep, they forced the Odin out. Really, I mean, it was a 1-for-2 exchange there, though the second mines are here. And with it being so early in the game, everyone is going to be up. Vivid is hearthing away to lick their wounds, get themselves back to full HP, and get themselves into this mine. However, our actions per minute are already 1 step ahead of Vivid, already in the mine, so they're already gathering these skulls. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that golem exponentially gets better as the game goes on. So this second golem is going to be much more important than the second one, especially if one team gets a significant skull advantage over the other. And right now, actions per minute are definitely in a good position to get themselves a big skull advantage. However, YOLO Core, they want none of that business. Meadowtown popping the avatar. He needs to be careful, because he's... Okay, never mind. There's the Ancestral Healing coming out, but now Ancestral Healing is down. A 3-man Divine Storm. Blue Freeze is going in there. Healing Totem is down. Don't know if that's going to be able to keep people up. Rain of Vengeance not doing much. Nguyen is so close. Protective Shield of Tassadar Shield's keeping him alive. He's still alive. How is no one dead yet, Haas? Holy crap. Meadowtown is He's got to get out of there. Vu's out of mana. There's a shield being used on him. Finally, someone goes down. Kerrigan goes down. However, that Uther is still good on mana. The overkill is being used. The hook to secure the kill on them right there. Now we're having the do-si-do going up to bottom, going to the top. What's happening here? I don't know. A 3-for-0 exchange going the way of Vivid Gaming right there. That was such a weird team fight, Haas. It felt like anyone could, at any point in time, it could have gone one way or the other. But obviously, Vivid came out on top there, and now the mines are theirs. They're gonna be able to get themselves a really strong golem.
The turn in that fight there was a 3-man Divine Storm from Blue
Oh
Freeze
man,
into
so
the
good.
face melt. The power slide went all the way through, timed perfectly just as the Divine Storm ended. Face melt 3 members into your own team, including Kerrigan and Natasadar. That just means they're going to get melted down. They were running for their lives on such low mana. Meadowtown looking to get a pick here. He stopped 2 backs. These could be kills. He's got the cavalry coming in. Tassadar and Kerrigan. They could turn this. They're going to get the stun onto Let Go My Lego.
Nailed it.
Yep. There used to be an EU League player called Lego My Ego. But yeah, Lego My Lego.
I like to call him Lego My Ego. However, I'm afraid about copyright issues because the whole ego thing going back to the 90s. There, I won't reminisce too much. But yeah, that was a good play by actions per minute, being able to get the stitches down, and now Vivid know that they really can't make any aggressive pushes, even though they have that talent advantage. When you're down a man, though, that you cannot push into that unless you have some huge talent advantages or something they don't have. So I feel like even though they're able to get the stronger golem this time around, Haas, that it's just got completely mitigated by that pickoff. So that was a really good play by actions per minute. I mean, they're going to lose this tier 2 tower, but they have the Tassadar shields. One thing we forgot to mention is the Tassadar Mule, which obviously Mule is so incredibly effective on this map in Sky Temple. One of the reasons why we see Tassadar once again picked up even more so on this map than before. So they have the Mule, they have the shields. They almost completely negated that 70 Skull Golem, and now they're in a great position. They're down by a level, but they have their level 13 talents. And this is definitely a good opportunity for them to get an experience lead and maybe finally get themselves in good position.
Yeah, and we see Vivid here just lurking around this Bruiser camp, waiting to see if they can pick a Stitch's hook. We don't see anything too funky coming out of these level 13 talents from either side. Tychus going for the Relentless. Apart from the Kerrigan now, of course, doesn't have the rewind. Going to be taking that sprint. Have to see how that one plays out. I'm not sure if I like that idea or not. It means that you can either A, sprint in, or B, run away. And I have a feeling it will be the latter.
We're going to see what that is going to be picked up here. Bruiser camp being picked up. Remember the days of, I don't know how long you've been in the Here's the Storm here, Haas, but remember the days when knights were the knights were just horrendously overpowered? Did you ever get to experience that?
No, I came in.
Oh man!
I came in around October and started playing properly around November.
There was a time when that knight camp gave you 2 auras that increased like the healing received, damage done, and damage received went down. Like they were so horrendously overpowered, and this map was even different, and just like you would literally just get the night camp and win the game. Like people didn't even go in the mines. That's how good they were. But sorry, I'm reminiscing again. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm an old man. Kids these days don't remember the night camps. Back in my day, we used to fight over that. But the third mines are here, Haas. Both these teams look like they're about to have a head-on collision, and ETC going in for it.
Yep, ETC gonna power slide past the Muradin, face melt him back into his own team. The Stitches hook missing. That's a very nice Void Prison on 3 members. They could burst the Kerrigan here. The stage dive is gonna come in. Zeratul will fall. They're now chasing a Kerrigan. I'm not sure he's used sprint yet. Yep, sprint has been used. Envenom hasn't been. Tassadar very low in that back line.
Nguyen also very low. Tassadar's been able to get himself up using that shield. He will now fall. Kerrigan, however, lurking, gets hooked. She's gonna fall. As Sage with the Odin is in the back here, just trying to get away. He needs to run from this one. Good old infested Tychus.
Yes.
Going to be running away like a little Zerglin. As
man, Rhaegar barely gets away here. There was a little man fight going on here on the top part of the mines here between Rhaegar and Vala. I thought Rhaegar was going to go down, but he's able to ghost form away. He's going to Hearth, and so once again, Vivid Gaming had a good team fight there. The mines are once again theirs. Looks like they might even be able to get a bigger skull advantage than they had before. They have level 16. Let's take a look at those talents now that we're here. Pretty standard stuff, it looks like, across the board. Slam, slam, and more slam. for Stitches, Blood for Blood, the double singularity bombs. So pretty much standard stuff, and a very big power spike for this team right now. So they could definitely get a keep here, and possibly if they get a good team wipe, they might be able to just outright end the game.
Yeah, definitely so. There were no mercs available in that top lane, so Vivid Gaming went straight for that golem. They've got the 88 skull golem here, and now they're going to take the easy just to help them defend while the rest of them can push. And the stone skin on ETC is an interesting one. Level 16 on ETC is a bit of a strange choice. I mean, you can go for the increased duration on your stun, the increased duration on your self-sustain, the imposing presence, and stone skin. So obviously having a little trouble surviving the burst of the Kerrigan, the Tassadar, and the Taika, so deciding to go for that stone skin initially. As now they're gonna push as the 5-man. They have the talent advantage, 2 levels up. This could be very dangerous fractions per minute.
They're close to level 16, but I don't think they're going to be able to get it here. That golem is still at 3/4 HP. They have their eyes on the prize of that bottom keep. Hook is off the mark, and he did not go with the fishing hook. He went full slam, as I mentioned. The full space spam, Michael Jordan. It's time to slam. That's the name of the game right now for Vivid Gaming, as they are in a good position. Meadowtown just gets completely caught out of position. Avoid Prison on to 2. Don't know if there's a follow-up. Here comes the stage dive. Is there a range of vengeance? There's the range of vengeance by the stage dive. Actually, looks like there was a little bit of a miscommunication, and the Void Prison was not canceled early enough, so oh my. But they still have a good advantage here. There's the Dimensional Shift, negating that Divine Storm. Mr. Savage goes down by the time the Ancestral Healing is able to go off. There is a Odin, but I think that Odin might be a little too late here, Haas. The keep is down. The Golem is still at half. 2 levels going the way of Vivid. Everyone is still very healthy on the side of them, and they're pushing into the core of actions per minute. Actions per minute looks like they are going to be going down here unless they make some sort of amazing defense here, Haas.
Yeah, when this golem starts battering your core, once that shield has disappeared, Zeratul will fall there. He got a little bit too greedy, as will Valor, but once that golem starts hitting your core, when there's no shield, it's more or less signals the end of the game, and there it is. Vivid Gaming taking the first map of this best of 5, sorry. It was on Haunted Mines, and I'm not too sure what the next map is, but it should be a very, very good series.
Yes, so Actions per Minute, who looked so good in the last series we watched, and were able to take out Yulakor in convincing manner, and now they might have met their match here in Vivid. So well played by Vivid. They had that double warrior strategy with the Stitches and ETC. They had that big wombo combo. They performed it immaculately there, Haas, where they got a Void Prison, follow up a Void Prison with a stage dive to snare whoever was in the Void Prison, follow that with a Rain of Vengeance. They can't get out of the Rain of Vengeance in time, so they take both the stuns because of the stage dive, and they just absolutely picked them apart. I feel like that Kerrigan pick is really what was the weakest link in the side of Actions per Minute draft, man. I feel like not only was the Kerrigan, the hero itself was weak, but I feel like unfortunately Mr. Savage simply didn't have the best game, and he really wasn't able to get connect with any really good combos at all. So unfortunately, Kerrigan pick not really panning out there, but we're going to go into game 2 here in just a moment between these two teams. Don't forget, this is a best of 5 in the Heroes Premier League number 5 qualifier for the North American scene. So stay tuned, guys. I'm mixing words together. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back here with game number 2 in just a moment. I'm Shane Gucher. This is Haas, and we'll see you here in a second.